Welcome back to yet another unboxing. Today we've got the Solar Auxilia Battle Group. You've probably already seen it on the internet, but today's its official release date, so we're going to take a look at what's inside. So this isn't the first time we've seen Solar Auxilia in Horus Heresy. They do have a relatively large range in Forge World Resin still, and from what we've seen from the reveals and stuff like that and what's in this box, there's still a lot to come. Hopefully sooner rather than later. They've already showed off a couple more things that aren't in this box, so that gives me hope. But in this box, you get a command squad, 20 troops, a Leman Russ tank, a Dracosan armored transport, and a heavy armored sentinel. Looks like the poster boys are loyalists. You can see there are two different paint jobs here. They're literally the same color scheme, except the loyalists go green and the traitors go red. And I guess the pattern on the Malkador here is a little different. Anyway, let's get it opened up. Alright, so yet another large box of plastic. Starting off with the instructions here. Pretty decent print quality per usual. Printed in color. Tons and tons of gubbins and customization options from the looks of it. Your typical banner and like comms and stuff like that. Not a lot of weapon options on the troops. Got your Leman Russ stuff here. Just normal tank options on that as well. And some rules for your heavy sentinel squadron. I didn't see rules for anything else, so maybe just because this is a new model? Yeah, it wasn't in there. Anyway, onto the plastic. So, looks like starting off we got our heavy sentinel here. If you haven't watched one of our unboxings, we always just kind of quickly go through the sprues here, and then we take a closer look later on. If you want to see the up close, stick around. Looks like we got our troops here, just the basic guys. Decent amount of stuff on one sprue here. So if I had to guess, you get multiple of these, because it looks like each sprue builds 5. I see 5 torsos. And this one looks like some bits for our command squad. I see a few specialty options on there. And this is your, whatever you call the front gun on a Leman Russ, the little one. Options for that. And this is the same, but for the Malkador, or I should say the Dracosan. It uses the Malkador chassis, I'm pretty sure. I'm still learning my Horus Heresy tanks. There's like a million. And then, so it's a repeat of the basic troops. Looks like I've got 2 more in here. So, total of 5. So the upgrade sprue, you must build your command squad using parts from both. And this is part of your Leman Russ and the turret for the Leman Russ. Leman Russ is one of my favorite tanks, by the way, so I'm pretty excited for that one. So it looks like we were just looking for the treads for that. I believe they're in the bottom here. That's the dozer. Looks like you get 2 of them. Interesting. Yeah, there it is. get 2 dozer blades. I'm guessing the Dracosan can also take it. Yes, it can. And also the turret gunner and stuff. So yeah, you get 2 dozer blades, one for your Lehman Russ and one for your Dracosan. Am I saying that right? Dracosan? I think that's right. Anyway, speaking of Dracosan, the rest of this plastic is for that. This is looking like your top part of your hull. And 3 sprues worth of the rest of it. Looks like they have a bottom plate. Interesting. Anyway, so you got your base for your Sentinel, and 25 bases, I assume, for your little guys, and some transfer sheets. Looks like 2 transfer sheets for tanks, and 2 transfer sheets for infantry. There's the tank, and there's the infantry. It's always kind of hard to see these, because they're so small. Alright, so first look, we're going to be looking at the basic troops, and adding in that command squad sprue there, because yeah, you get 5 of these guys, and one of them is going to make your command squad with the help of the sprue. So yeah, a lot packed on here. Each one of these sprues builds 5 troops. So we got 5 backpacks there, and the front little, what do they call that? Gorget? Something like that. Got some head options, but I think these are all the same, aside from the one with the antenna. And some weapons. I think those are the hip guards there. Part of your banner. And a whole bunch of pistol options. There's a different head option as well up there, with a open face. Well, it looks like a las pistol, a plasma pistol, and some kind of stim pistol. And you'll have to forgive me, I've never played Horus Heresy yet. You have these awesome las rifles, and more pistols. Looks like a flamer pistol, and some kind of specialty pistol. And a power fist for, I'm assuming, your sergeant. And some bayonets that are probably going to break immediately. Just being real. And I'm guessing these are 2 different options for your banner here. One's a lion, one's a skull. I'm assuming one is traitor, one is loyal. And this one's got one of those leader plumes, so that's your leader, I'm assuming. And then the sprue that turns them into a command squad. It's got a whole bunch of different options to do just that. Including this guy, who is screaming. He is going to be for your command vox option, with this chest piece here. Another sword and different melee option with the power hammer there. Your augury scanner, which I don't know exactly what his role on the battlefield is. I don't really know where to find the rules for these guys, honestly. I'm sure it says somewhere. Anyway, you've got your fancier banner here, your cohort's Vexilla. And now we're moving on to the heavier armor. Not the heaviest, but this is the Heavy Sentinel. This chunky guy is what eventually becomes the Sentinel from the Astra Militarum army in 40k. Personally, I like the 40k version better, but this guy's got some charm to it. And some really big guns to back it up at very least. These things are massive. You got the tiny little legs, servos, and gears over here. And I'm not kidding about his guns. He's got quite a few options. I think more than even the 40k version. Krieger for scale. It's like twice the size as him. It looks relatively easy to magnetize. But looking at this design, it's crazy to see how far it's come. But as goofy as it looks, I still enjoy it. I like it. Anyway, on to my favorite tank in the 40k universe, the Leman Russ. This version, I think, looks cooler than the 40k version. More of that grim dark gothic with keeping the World War I aesthetic at the same time. It's no Sisters of Battle tank, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's a lot of plastic here, I can't even fit on the screen. And for the third unboxing in a row, we've got a bent sprue. Anyway, one of the biggest differences with this guy is they don't have a side sponson. Like, not even an option. The 30k profile is a little bit bigger on these tanks because they've got these little trench clearing bars on them. And here's the top of it. Again, pretty similar in design. Got your antennas, your hatch, your front sponson. I'm just going to call it that because I don't remember what it's called. Hull mounted gun? That sound right? Anyway. So this little upgrade sprue is your hull mounted gun. Got 5 different options there to choose from. Heavy bolter, las cannon, autocannon, multi-laser, and a heavy flamer. And here is the main turret, which packs the real guns. You get 4 options with these guys: a battle cannon, a Gravis las cannon, a Vanquisher battle cannon, a Gravis autocannon. I think I'm going to go with the big gun. Krieg for scale. Anyway, so here is the bulldozer part of the kit. You get 2 of, because both tanks have the option to take them. So yeah, it's got the options for your hatch-mounted gun, if you choose to take one. The little guy sticking on the top looks pretty cool in my opinion, so I'll probably be running one. And a whole bunch of different gubbins you can see off there. There's your hunter-killer missile, your smoke launchers, and more gubbins. Even your little tank guy gets his own head options. One with a closed mask and the other one with an open mask. And now onto the absolute unit of a tank, the biggest model in this kit, the Dracosan Armored Transport. Once again, I believe this uses the Malkador chassis. So it's absolutely huge, but it doesn't have the giant Malkador gun. I'm assuming by the name that this is just the armored version of that for transport, to get your guys to the other side of the battlefield in one piece. Just a comparison of size, that is the Leman Russ. It's not even including that little bottom bit here, which takes up almost half of the Leman Russ's hull right there. So this thing's huge. So we've got the top of the hull here with all its armored glory and the options for the front mounted gun, which include a las cannon and a demolisher cannon. And here's a closer look. It looks relatively easy to magnetize, so that's good news. But that's the Dracosan armored tank. This box goes for $210 and comes with 28 miniatures in total. And yeah, it's kind of exciting to see. Our first look at the plastic Solar Auxilia. And not to play into FOMO, but if you're interested in these guys, this box is listed on their website as limited, meaning that when they're gone, they're gone. But it doesn't seem like they're too hard to find right now, so maybe browse around a little bit, try to find a local game store that has them in stock. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they come out with in plastic next. I wasn't originally planning on playing Horus Heresy, and I still might not. I kind of got these guys as a 2-in-1 project. I'm going to try to make them a Imperial Guard army from 40k first, and then if they still work for Horus Heresy after that, I'll give it a shot. But I don't like the reliance on resin. That's why I didn't buy into it when it first came out, or the new edition first came out, I guess. I also didn't want just another Space Marine army. I already have a 40k Space Marine army, so that kind of solves both of those at once. It's plastic, and it's not Space Marines. So I'm always looking to try more games, so who knows. But until then, if you made it this far, I super appreciate it, as well as any likes, comments, and subscribes. I'll see you next time.